Rathgormack are not out in the field yet, lads. Who's that, Captain? Who?
Yes, very good evening, and you're all very welcome to Fairfield Dungarvan for the much anticipated Waterford Under-20A Football Championship Final of 2021 between Rathgormack and Ballinacourty. Right now, before we bring you the team news, we're just pausing for a minute's silence in memory of the late Mrs. Brazel of Ballinacourty. Her grandson Oisin is part of the Ballinacourty squad this evening. She unfortunately passed away, and from all of us here in Fairfield, we extend our deepest sympathies.
Oh, right, she's not. She is. Oh, I know who he is. Hey, he's Pat Basil's son. Yeah. He's Pat Basil.
Yes, they got it on him, and right now we're pausing for Ron Aveen here in Fairfield. We'll take you through the teams very quickly indeed, because we're going to go straight into throw-in after this. Ballinacourty with David Byrne in goals, full backline of Conor Kent, Patrick Fitzgerald and Aidan Higgins. The half backline, Shawnee Lanigan, he doesn't start. Into the team comes Michael Kiley, the inter-county hurler, Colin Foley at number 6 and Keane O'Riordan at number 7. Lorna Porca, Willie Beresford, Ivor Hucht, partnered by Ivor Nay, Dara Slevin. The half forward line is DJ Kiley, Charlie Treen on the 40 and Jack McGrath. And the inside line for Courty this evening, Shawnee Callahan at 13, Ona Hearn at number 14, who's been going great guns so far in this championship. At number 15 is Reen Welch at top of the left, son of course of Pat Welch, well known former Nair great of course. Rathgormack then line out as follows. They line out as per programme. Jake Hanrahan in goal, full backline of Chris Comerford, Ger Hassey and David Flynn. Half backline is Padraig Fahy, Tom Welch and Glenn Power. Lorna Porca, Peter Welch, Ivor Hucht, he's partnered by number 9 James Power. The half forward line is number 10 Barry Power, younger brother of James of course. Jack Hickey on the 40 alongside Rhys O'Mahony at number 12, and the inside trio for Kenny Hassett's men this evening, Robbie Nugent at 13, Ronan Elliff at 14 and Ryan Hennessy at number 15. Delighted to be joined on co-commentary this evening by a man who knows a thing or two about county finals and big days. That's former Waterford football boss John Jackson Kiley. And John, I suppose big occasion for these clubs, and also of course a huge occasion tonight. Of course the winners will receive the Greg Fives Perpetual Cup, which was donated by the Fives family last weekend. You soldiered with Greg for many a day, and of course it was a great, I suppose, token by the Ballinacourty Abbeyside club as well, and great honour and great to remember Greg here tonight as well.
It's a great honour, because I know it only seems like a couple of months ago that since he died in 2008, which will be 14 years in October, and he's left a huge void, not only in the family but in the GA family in the county and all over Munster, well known all over. Even only a couple of weeks before Christmas I met Ambrose O'Donovan, who was a great friend of Greg's, and we were talking about the night in Cavan when the two were selectors for the Munster Railway Cup team, and Greg gave a rock version of Happy Birthday to You for an old lady. So he was a larger than life character. He was one of my greatest friends, and he'll never be forgotten, that's for sure. And this is a great thing here tonight that the cup is here in his honour. This is great, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well done, a nice touch from Ballinacourty and from the Vice family.
It certainly is. I'm sure they'll be hoping to bring that cup back across the bridge this evening. I'm sure Rathgormack will have a thing or two to say about this. This championship, of course, was due to get started, and I suppose the aim was to get played before Christmas, but it's gone into the new year. We won't mind though. It's a crisp but dry evening here in Fairfield, and the ball is in. Game is on straight away from the throw-in. It's James Power, the dual star from last year. He's not going to be missing those orange boots this evening, having a run at the Ballinacourty defence early, but the Courty defence are standing their ground so far. DJ Kiley back there working hard. He's the Ballinacourty captain. Running through here is Peter Welch. Oh, met hard there and fair. Good tackling straight away. There's no holding back between these teams who know each other so well. Rathgormack still have possession. James Power kicks this one in. It's going to go into the waiting arms though. Good composed goalkeeping there by David Byrne. Played for the county minors in goal, of course, in the 2020 championship. Outside as far as Colin Foley, man who started for the county under-20 team last year. He's under-20 again this year, and Ballinacourty working that ball out with Conor Kent. Now it's in the hands of Willie Beresford, Lorna Porca, and Courty are mounting this ball forward. Those numbers a little bit challenging on the Ballinacourty jerseys, but I'm sure we'll manage that as we go along. Charlie Treen, route one ball inside, good kick pass inside, peeling away from his man is Ona Hearn. He's got numerous scores so far in this championship. Ballinacourty beating St Oliver's, Clashmore, Kinsale Beg and St Mary's. Pretty comprehensive victory in the semi-final. Right now back with Jack McGrath has been popping over frees for fun in this championship. It's back with that number 17, as you notice there. That's Michael Kiley, lined out for UL in the Fitzgibbon Cup last week. He's also part of the Waterford panel for Sunday in the National League, so it's a busy couple of days for young Kiley. Right now we're watching Colin Foley, player who loves to get forward. Links up with DJ Kiley. Ballinacourty happy enough to retain this football. 45 metres out, booted in there by Jack McGrath into Shawnee Callahan. He claims the mark there as well. A little bit slow putting up the hand, but good route one ball, John. Just goes to show what a good kick pass can do.
Good, yeah, and it's so far, it's a high standard so far. The handling is very good on both sides. Well, this one is a bad one.
And Shawnee Callahan, I don't think he'll want to see a replay of that one, John. It's one of those ones the minute it left his boot, it was always drifting.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we still await the...
I see there a minute silence there for Mrs. Brazel at the start. I'd like to commiserate with the Brazel family. I know him well. Her son Pat was won a lot of titles with Killarney at underage level and was a great player.
Yeah.
Played for John Mitchell's, won championships with John Mitchell's. That's his son O'Sheen is on the Ballinacourty panel.
That's right, yeah. We extend our sympathies. O'Sheen, of course, played County Minor last year and a really hard-working guy as well. Stephen Flynn, the Rathgormack physio, just coming in there. I think it's James Power just receiving a little bit of treatment there. Right now, though, we'll follow the play. Ballinacourty have it. That's Shawnee Callahan. Treads this one across the line, looking for runners there. Can Rian Welsh get on the end of this one? He's 13 metres out from goal. Barry Power doing the tracking there as always. Dishes it back out as far as Jack McGrath. 21 metres out from goal. Off his right leg, going for the opening score. This one is going to hang in the air and it's plucked out of the air by Jake Hanrahan in the red jersey. That's the red goalkeeper's jersey of Rathgormack. Now it's James Power, of course. A lot of these players, some of them not eligible for the under-20 grade this year, but fact this is last year's championship eligible for tonight. One of those is Jack Hickey, the man on the 40. And referee, I think, spots some holding here, has he? And I think he's going to bring the ball forward there, John, because there was a bit of holding inside the full forward line.
So there was off the ball, a bit of off the ball, yeah.
And it's all the way in there as far as the 13-metre line. Ronan is being policed by Connor Kent. Ronan, of course, has scored 5 goals for Rathgormack in the senior championship this year, so he's certainly going to be watching, John, tonight.
That's right. I think did he get 6 points in the semi-final against Kyle Tier?
That's right, yeah.
Last week, yeah.
And that 210 to 110 victory played in Stradbally last week. They got a stiffer test in the semi-final. In their semis, Ballinacourty with an easy win over St Mary's, but
8 of this Rathgormack team, I believe, have senior championship experience. 7 of them in the county, and one of them played. One of them, I think, was young Hickey, played in the Munster Championship.
That's right, yeah. Jack Hickey played against.
But a very experienced under-20 team.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a relatively poor enough miss by Ronan Elliff, who won't be happy with that one. Ballinacourty go forward. That's the wing back. Keane O'Riordan had a massive game in the quarter-final against St Oliver's Clashmore. And here he is in possession again now, off as far as Jack McGrath, wearing that 12 jersey, but wing forwards now, always playing that really deep role. And right now it's Charlie Treen, playmaker really on the 40, has runners. One of those runners is Michael Kiley on the edge of the D, spotted that Rian Welsh was in a bit of space. Rian goes for the shot, it's high and it's over the bar from Rian Welsh.
Well done.
Great score by the corner forward. He's a busy couple of weeks as well. He's joint captain of the Dungarvan CBS team who play in the Munster final next week. That's a good start from him.
That's a good start, yeah, and young Kiley's physical presence was a big help there as well.
So it's first blood to Ballinacourty. They lead by a point to no score. Just 4.5 minutes gone here, and live coverage tonight brought to you as always in brilliant fashion by Rua TV. Tomas and Willie behind the scenes as always, and wherever you're tuned in tonight, we hope you're enjoying the action. Rathgormack back in the attack. Ryan Hennessy, bit of an unorthodox solo there, but it may well work out for the corner forward. He needs runners. Off his shoulder is Barry Power, one of the youngsters on this Rathgormack team. Good pressure though by Ballinacourty, keeping him there, and the ball is back with the centre half forward. That's Jack Hickey again trying to get room to manoeuvre, and decides to go across with it off as far as Glenn Power on the far side. Had a great campaign in the senior championship for Rathgormack this year, but it's sort of a looping hand pass inside. Rathgormack still managed to get their hands on possession. Far over side of the field. It's, as we said, it's a crisp evening, but a dry evening. In fairness, looking at far field, John, that surface isn't in bad.
It looks great. I'd say the Ballinacourty are very impressive. Their work rate off the ball is very good, and they're putting I know Rathgormack after missing a few, but that's because of the Ballinacourty defenders are doing their job. They're putting them under awful pressure there.
Here's Padraig Fahy, back to Ryan Hennessy. Rathgormack going through the keep ball route, but as John mentioned there, there's a lot of bodies back there. Paddy Smith says the ball was won. That's a good tackle there on Hennessy, and DJ Kiley, look where he is. He's 10 and he's back, way back in his own, literally in the corner back position. Outside as far as Keane O'Riordan for Ballinacourty. Up the line now, there's a bit of space for Charlie Treen. He's looking for runners up. Keane O'Riordan, I see him tearing down the wing in front of us here. Across as far as Rian Welsh. Look how deep he's come to get his hands on the ball. Treen has it again. Now he's looking for options inside. Treads this one down the line. Lovely route one football as far as Shawnee Callahan. Pace to burn. Member of the county minor hurling team last year, of course, who reached the Munster final, but he's a capable footballer as well. Has possession now dancing this way and that, lovely balance and control. Ballinacourty retaining that all-important ball. Beresford back out to McGrath, across as far as DJ Kiley, captain of Ferna, of course, tonight. Son of Ian, of course, well known in Abbeyside Ballinacourty circles, and it's in as far as O'Hearn thought he was going to take the mark. Decides now to take on his man, got inside the cover. Jersey tested there. O'Hearn snapshot across, and O'Hearn. It's gone wide there on this occasion. Just flashed across goal there. Decent effort, John.
Decent effort. It looked the point. I heard you saying there that DJ Kiley is the captain tonight, is he?
He is indeed, yeah.
Ian Kiley's son.
That's Ian's son,
Ian Kiley and our great friend Greg Fives, we travelled many's the time to Leopardstown, Dakota, and all those far-off race meetings.
I believe
always great meetings, and we always had a great time.
I believe there's another...
The crack was mighty, we'll never forget those.
I believe there's another certain Ballinacourty gang heading to Leopardstown this weekend, John. We won't name any names at the minute, but we hope they enjoyed our day tomorrow. Right now we're back to the football, and I was going to say Ian Kiley has the ball. It's DJ who has it, and he treads this one down the line. Is it going to carry too much pace? Oh, it's just nearly kept in play there by Jack McGrath, and Rathgormack will be pretty relieved to see that go out over the line. But interestingly, John, as you mentioned, Ballinacourty not afraid when they go forward, but then at the other end they're getting the bodies back.
Yeah, that's what's impressing me most with them, is their willingness to work so hard. They're putting in the hard graft, yeah.
Kick out comes from Jake Hanrahan. That's well gathered there by Glenn Power. Takes that mark and gets on with it very quickly down the line as far as Jack Hickey. Race for possession here. He's battling with Colin Foley. Colin seems to be pushed in the back, and he certainly is indeed. Just a whistle there, a bit hard to hear from Paddy Smith there, but Colin, using all his experience, of course, kicked that point against Clare last year that ultimately, I suppose, got us over the line that night. He's eligible for under 20 again this year, so he certainly is one for the future. Rian Welch on the ball now, and Ballinacourty very close to the sideline on the far overside. Donor Maracuda linesman I see over there, back with Willie Beresford. Willie treads this one across outside of the boot, but maybe not on the same wavelength there, and the ball is overturned by Rathgormack. James Power, lovely ball down the line, taken first time in his stride by the corner forward. That's Robbie Nugent, plenty of pace on him. Battling hard there is Aidan Higgins, who's on him. Power treads this one down the line, looking for Ronan Elliff, taking Conor Kent on a bit of a tour. Stand side, corner side of the far field, hitting into the road goal. Elliff, tight tackle on him. He has an advantage coming over the shoulder. That'll be a fair score if it goes over. That's a massive kick by Ronan Elliff off his left leg, putting it over. Absolutely delicious score. Yeah. The full forward. Good advantage by the referee.
Good advantage by the referee. And a great score. And like young Elliff scored, he showed his senior experience there, the way he turned the young fella there, the cornerback, yeah.
And we see Paddy speaking to the cornerback there, John. We could well have the first card of the evening. We'll just see what's going to happen here. It's Conor Kent who's talking to. I think he's maybe just going to give him a ticking, is he? And in fairness, just I suppose this early in the stage of the game, giving players a chance to maybe settle down, you know. It's Colin Foley, actually.
It didn't warrant the booking anyway, but it was harmless enough. Sorry.
So we're all okay here. Paddy Smith, of course, who refereed the senior final earlier on, last November between Rathgormack and the Nair. The Nair triumphant on that occasion, and again there's a bit of talking out there in the centre of the field. Obviously there's a lot of off the ball stuff, or maybe handbags as they call it, going on, but you expect nothing different between these two great clubs. Of course, they met in the senior final in 2019. It was the Rathgormack who came out on top on that occasion. Many of these players tonight have senior medals right now. Ballinacourty hoping to win the Greg Fives Memorial Cup, up for grabs for the inaugural time here this evening. Aidan Higgins trying to get out of a wall of traffic there, manages to just boot the ball forward, and it may well work out for Courty. DJ Kiley bends his back, gets over the ball, steps inside the cover, looking for options, has support in the shape of Kiley. That's Michael Kiley. The cousins combining there, and Kiley, that big stride in him. That's a good tackle though, is it? No, it's an illegal tackle according to the referee. We might be coming back for a free. And he says play on. The 5 seconds is up. Good refereeing there by Paddy Smith. Back into Charlie Treen. Now we can see Rathgormack have the bodies back. They've only 2 players inside their own 65 metre line. Ballinacourty still trying to find a pocket of space. Ball kicked forward in as far as Callahan, but reading the play well here. Policing him this evening is Chris Comerford. It's back with Callahan. Tackling is by Barry Power on the far side. It's good tackling by Barry. Ballinacourty don't manage to retain the ball. Back outside now. And ball in the centre. Seems to be a player taken out of it there, but we'll follow the play. DJ Kiley decides I'm going to have a go, but he threw it up in front of a couple of players there, and Rathgormack may well overturn this ball. Glenn Power driving out of the ball. Good play there by the wing back. And now Rathgormack can mount this attack, threaded down the line as far as Jack Hickey. Colin Foley trying to battle hard with him. In fact, it's Fitzgerald on the far overside, but Hickey has it for Rathgormack. Back with Glenn Power now on as far as James Power. Plenty of powers on the field on both sides this evening, and there's power in the legs here of big Peter Welch there as well. His brother Tom is a big man, John, but Peter is
he's a big man, yeah. He's a big young
as well. And just as we say it, though, he loses the ball, though, and that's taken off his grasp there by Ballinacourty. They win this ball back. Route 1 down the line. Shawnee Callahan always showing well. Oh, lovely bit of footwork there by Callahan. Get inside the cover. Side steps inside again on the far field surface on this Friday night. county final night. Charlie Treen with this effort, taken in there by Hanrahan. So far, 11 minutes gone. It's one of those games so far where you feel John Scores could be at a premium tonight.
It could be,
Back with Courty again. They recycle it all the way back out, but they do manage to retain the football. Now it's with Willie Bursford. He offloads as far as Michael Kiley. Kiley decides, I'm going to have a go. He's outside the D area. It was a snapshot. And again, it goes harmlessly out over the end line and wide. The opening 12 minutes have flown by, and we're all square.
We're all square, yeah. Like you said, it's going to be, scores are going to be, as you said, of a premium. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be a lower scoring game, yeah. Just young Kiley's kick there, Gavin reminded me of the old days when Ian was playing, and he'd take a shot at the goal, only his plan was probably ended the corner flag.
It definitely wouldn't have reached the net. Anyway, I'm sure he'll thank us for that later on, John, at some stage. But anyway, back to the play we go, and James Power links up with his brother Barry. And of course, Rathgormack, they'll be keen to win this trophy as well. They have a lot of underage talent coming through. They met these two teams, certain this age group, they met in the minor final 2018. It was Ballinacourty who came out on top that day, down in Kill. And it's James Power back on the ball now, running repairs being done by one of the Ballinacourty players out there in the middle of the field. Looks like Willie Beresford, but Rathgormack, they're not interested in that. They're getting on with the play. Jack Hickey trying to get through the Ballinacourty defence there. Pop pass as far as Ronan Elif, almost taken off from there by Peter Welsh. Elif has the shot. It wasn't a great effort inside, and David Byrne, who's just thrown on a bib on him there because he had a green jersey which was clashing with the Rathgormack colours. So Paddy Smith wisely saying, just change that jersey. So he's thrown on an orange bib. Patrick Fitzgerald working the ball out. The full back for Ballinacourty. Just took his eye off it there, and you won't run in, runs into James Power there, and referee says was it handled on the ground, so it's going to be a free in.
Yeah.
And James takes this ball for Ballinacourty, or for Rathgormack, back in with Tom Welch. It's the Welches combining Peter and Tom, the Lorna Porca. Out now as far as Barry Power, 45 metres out from goal, tries to get through Michael Kiley there. Easier said than done though. And it's with Rathgormack again. Ryan Hennessy throws the ball forward there, tries to go by the would-be challenge there of Aidan Higgins. He's 13 metres out from goal, seemed to be handled on the ground there. Was it? Yes, says the referee.
Yeah.
And just apologies there as well to those tuned into the live stream broadcast tonight. There's a lack of broadband unfortunately tonight here in Dungarvan, but we seem to be up and running again with Tomas and Willie weaving their magic there behind the scenes, so we just ask people to bear with us. So we can't be right the whole time, John, I suppose.
Yeah.
We'll follow the play. DJ Kiley right on the touchline now, then decides to cut in. That's good play by Kiley. He's met hard there by James Power. Fair according to the referee. Does well to retain possession. He has an advantage coming, and the referee will bring it back for that. Kiley gets on with it quickly. Ball across into the centre of the field. Ballinacourty have it. Here's Charlie Treen. Paddy Smith just having to duck out of the way there. Treen sort of in that playmaker role for Ballinacourty on the 40. Now has support off Jack McGrath, tall athletic figure in the half forward line for Courty. Links up with his opposite wing forward. That's DJ Kiley. Courty now entering the edge of the D, or about to do so. McGrath, you can see him, he's trying to get onto that right leg. It's back with Beresford, trying to tread this one through, but it's a poor ball, well cut off inside there by Rathgormack, I should say, excuse me. It's Barry Power reading the play very well there. That's great work rate by Power. Out as far as Peter Welch. Jack Hickey on the ball. Now Rathgormack could have an opening on the 45 metre line. Coming across there is the Ballinacourty rear guard there. It was Dara Slevin trying to put in the challenge there as the kick came in there, and that's gone harmlessly.
Yeah, it was a great move out of defence from Rathgormack. Yeah, the finish left a lot to be desired. Are you off here now?
No, we're on air, John. Yeah, we're on air. We just had a lack of broadband there for
I have to compliment John. You're doing a great job. Because with the lights, and it's very hard to read the the Ballinacourty numbers.
Well, I'm sure, John. I'm just looking at the phone now to see how many errors I've made after. So I'm sure I'll get a few texts later on, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. Right now, we'll get back to Keane O'Riordan, and Keane working this ball out, but past to Willie Beresford, didn't go to hand though, and Rathgormack looks like they've overturned it. James Power wins the ball back. He has a runner off the shoulder. That's Paddy Fahy, but Power decides to go solo. He's not going to be missing those orange boots anyway. That's one thing for sure. He has an advantage coming as well. Paddy Smith says, "Go on, play on, have the shot."
Oh my God.
I think he's going to come back for the free.
He probably took too much out of it himself, you know.
He did. I think he had the advantage coming, John. He was aware of that. So in fairness to Paddy, he's applying that rule well tonight, and this is.
But in fairness to the young fella, he's probably at the minute, if you're calling the man of the match at the minute, James Power is probably the best player on view at the minute.
And to be fair to James Power, he's one of these guys, John. He's under 20, probably 2 years experience of this. He's played senior with Rathgormack.
He was senior championship.
He's a lot of football played.
He's an awful lot of football. He's shown there as well.
So Ballinacourty, and you see the Rathgormack management team there. Kenny Hassett, of course, doing great work. You'd know Kenny and Dick.
I know Kenny for many years, yeah. Who's with Kenny?
You've Declan Power and Dinny Hassett.
I do.
Declan Hassey involved in the background.
I know Declan, a former Tipperary player. Yeah.
So the breeding will be good there. The
breeding is good. Declan is a nice chap. He came from Grangemokel, living in Rathgormack a number of years ago.
Michael Hogan territory, of course. We'll watch Ryan Elif now. He's
yeah.
kicking into the road goal.
Yeah.
And this one is good from Elif. It's over the bar. And Rathgormack shoot into the leads for the first time this evening in the shape of Ronan Elif. He's got their opening score. He's got the latest, John.
He's got the latest, yeah. It's just... they seem to have... Rathgormack have the edge around midfield, but the Ballinacourty defence have been playing well, have been putting them under a lot of pressure.
And this ball could be overturned here, the dreaded short kick out as they call it, but Colin Foley is down over this ball, gets there ahead of the centre half forward, that's Jack Hickey. And Courty have this ball back. Peeling off the shoulder there, making the run up the field is Aidan Higgins. He's a grandson, of course, of the great Dr. Tom. Synonymous, of course, with Waterford teams over the years. Another man you'd know well, John.
I do, he helped me a few times. I had a few nervous lads, I got medicine.
Kicked out over the line and wide on that occasion.
Yeah.
And in fairness,
he helped me out in a few flights as well, where fellas were nervous on the aeroplanes and things like that.
I'm sure we won't go into any further details on that one, John, but no, in fairness to Aidan, he's a very capable footballer as well, and this kick out is going to come from Jake Hanrahan. The kick out for Rathgormack. Peter Welsh goes up for this ball, bypasses him and a couple of players there, but Higgins, it's young Higgins down over this ball again, being tackled hard there and fair by Ryan Hennessy according to the referee. Ballinacourty trying to get on with this play, and they do, in fairness to Higgins. He picks himself up very, very gingerly indeed. Good move here by Courty. Just Charlie Treen took his eye off it. Hefty challenge coming across DJ Kiley, but his soccer skills there. Ian was a good soccer player, so was DJ. Edge of the D. DJ, this one is hanging in the air. It'd be a fair score if it goes over. This one could be very dangerous. Hanrahan comes out. Ball spills. The Rathgormack are there. First to react to it there is Glenn Power onto that breaking ball. That's great play there by the senior man. Outside, takes the 1-2 there with Peter Welch, and Power decides to go route one. Drills this one down the line, down as far as Jack Hickey. Oh, it takes this one ahead of his marker there, getting out in front of Colin Foley. Rathgormack have possession back. David Flynn on the far side kicks this one forward. Not a great pass. Reading the play well there is Conor Kent. Now the pace is beginning to maybe up in the last couple of minutes. Barry Power's pass goes inside to Jack Hickey. Just about reached him. Back with Power again. That's Barry. Has that right knee strapped, as we can see. Back with David Flynn. He's way up from his corner back position. Kick down the line. Ballinacourty have a player. Rathgormack have a player on the ground there. We'll follow the play. It's with the wing forward. That's Rhys O'Mahony. Rhys has possession now. Fix this one back outside. Rathgormack. It's Ronan Elif, the go-to man so far. He's 2 points so far. Back as far as David Flynn. Is he deciding to have a shot? No, he's not. Decides to tread it down the line. Here's Ryan Hennessy outside of the boot. Well blocked down there. Ballinacourty, they have the bodies back. This one is picked up by Colin Foley. Always reading the play very well. Good spell of possession here. Colin is tripped on his way out there.
Yeah, the Ballinacourty defensive played heroically there to get the ball in, you know.
Yeah, it's a good standard of football, John.
It's a good standard, yeah.
And as somebody was asking me before throwing,
it's well up to what you'd expect from a county final from the two best teams in the county. Yeah.
It is an A final, and of course Rathgormack probably, John, they got that stiff test against Galtier last week. You know, there was a goal in.
How many senior players have Ballinacourty on the?
There's about 2 or 3 of them would have played senior experience. Just looking down through the list there, John, but a lot of these would have minor medals as well, and of course under 20. And that's a slack kick out there by David Burner from that free, and Rathgormack could profit. Robbie Nugent into Ronan Elif, edge of the D, edge of the box. What a save by Byrne onto the crossbar. Oh, he was equal to it. He may have given away the ball, but he atoned for that error there. That was a great save. Onto the crossbar then. Ballinacourty breathe a sigh of relief. Colin Foley, Michael Kiley on the ball now. Look how deep he's come. Back to Foley. Oh, that could be a big moment in this county final. Foley seems to be pushing the back there. Referee says play on. It's back with Michael Kiley. Ballinacourty just warming up a few subs underneath us. And Kiley winning that free. He's having to come really, really deep for possession. Ball kicked away again, John. Ryan Hennessy has possession back. He's working around there. He's busy as always in the middle of the field, Ryan. Here's Glenn Power. Offloads as far as James Power. No relation, I believe. James being met here hard there and just shoves TJ Kiley out of the way there. But the tackling is okay according to the referee. Down the line as far as Robbie Nugent. And again, Rathgormack just guilty of overplaying the ball maybe there, and that's poor tackle there on DJ Kiley, and it's Robbie Nugent is the guilty party there. Needless enough.
Going back to the save, it was a brilliant save, and the ball seemed to come off. We'd like to see it again. I'd like to see him to come off the underside of the crossbar, but back out. So it was a great save from the young fella, yeah.
Great save by David Byrne, who's a member, of course, of the minor team a couple of years ago. I'm sure he'll be pushing for a place in the under-20 panel as well this year. And right now the ball is back with Ballinacourty. Willie Beresford just took his eye off, and it's a hefty challenge by Beresford there on Ryan Hennessy. And the free is going in fairness to Paddy. He's keeping the in fairness, he's keeping good tabs on it so far. It's
oh no, he is. He's trying to keep the game flowing, and he's playing the advantage every time. You know. And
somebody was asking me beforehand about the water breaks, but obviously I don't think there's any water breaks tonight. Somebody was saying the fact it's last year's championship that they should be in there, but obviously I don't think if we had one yet, John, we won't see one yet. But right now we'll follow the football. It's in with Shawnee Callahan. He's on the 13-metre line, turning this way and that. He needs support. Looking for runners. And brilliant plenty intercepted there by David Flynn. He wasn't reading that Ballinacourty script, and Peter Welsh route one ball down the line as far as Jack Hickey was gone deep. David Flynn making a great run upfield. What a run that is by the cornerback play. There's a lot of stuff going on off the ball as well, and David Flynn is caught there. Ryan Hennessy seems to be pulled back there.
And David Flynn, and that chap number 4 for Rathgormack is having some game.
Thundered up the field there,
and that's his third or fourth time doing that.
I see the Rathgormack management team are in the ear there of Martin Kern, the linesman, and I think Ryan Hennessy was pulled back off the ball there as well, but I'm sure Martin Kern will have a word there with his Ray Tour. Martin, of course, the standby referee here tonight, just having a word with Paddy Smith there, the Shamrocks man, as see Stephen Flynn coming off there, the Rathgormack physio. He's involved with the senior footballers who are just a quick word on that, John. They're London bound this weekend. I believe they're flying out, and of course you have many experiences there from trips to Ruislip. Never an easy place to go.
No, I was there with the last time I was there with the Munster team in the Railway Cup final in 09. I was there a couple of times. We had a few beers over there a few times with the Waterford footballers, including your your technician here. Good man to sing a song.
Well, we just as well the cameras and the recorders.
We got beaten a pint there in 08.
Yeah. And that's the year, of course, you had the great Damien Lawler over doing the book feed that year as well.
That's right.
Great memories.
Yeah.
We wish he.
But yeah, I see. Well,
look, a great result, John. A great start against Tipperary last weekend.
It was a great start. Yeah, it was a great start. Yeah, and I believe they should have won it going on the amount of possession they had. They should have won the game.
James Power, speaking of possession, would like to get this one on target, and he certainly has indeed. It's the first point of the evening for the midfielder. He's got on a lot of possession. He's kicked a beauty. Rathgormack lead by 2, and we've hit 23 minutes in the first half.
Yeah, well, Paul, he looks like a man playing against boys. Do you know what I mean? He's a serious player at this level.
Kick out comes from David Byrne down on top of DJ Kiley, claims that mark as well. That's good play by Kiley. Now as a runner off him, Shawnee Callan has come a bit deep here, but he's come for possession. He gets on it on the 45-metre line now for Ballinacourty, weaving this way and that, trying to get in cover inside the cover of David Flynn, who's marking him well so far. And it's back with O'Nahern, the big full forward for Ballinacourty. Now Cian O'Riordan in possession. 3 points to 1, as we mentioned. Scores so far hard to come by in this county final night. It's a fairly chilly one here in Fairfield, but the pitch in pristine condition for early February, and huge occasion for both clubs' fields. And as we said, thankfully there's no rain though, so it's a perfect evening for football. Colin Foley decides to have a venture upfield. The number 6 is going forward. Arm seems to be pulled. Referee says play on. Outside as far as Cian O'Riordan. Shot comes in from O'Riordan.
Oh,
it's gone wide there. It's flashed in, and I thought for a second the net was going to billow.
I was sure it was a goal. Yeah.
Just outside there, but a great move by Ballinacourty.
Great move, yeah. Defence-splitting move, wasn't it?
Certainly was indeed, and Cian O'Riordan, he loves to get forward. I think he kicked 4 points against St Oliver's Clashmore in the quarter final, and of course Ballinacourty, they had that big win, John, against St Mary's 6-8 to 3 points. As some would say, you know, they're without a game for 3 weeks and they weren't tested either in that semi-final. Is that a factor?
It looks like Ballinacourty or Rathgormack had 2 tough games, whereas Ballinacourty weren't tested at all, you know, coming into it.
So Tom Welch, the centre back, of course, his brother Peter is and
of course the Ballinacourty game was from 5 or 6 weeks back, was it?
Yeah, well, 3 weeks, I think their St Mary's game was. They played St Oliver's Clash more than 2 weeks previous to that. So it's been a busy couple of weeks, and in fairness, it's great to just be back, I suppose, playing football.
Is the B final on in this?
The B final is rescheduled for next Sunday morning, the 13th of February. It was due to be played tomorrow, but that's been pushed back as well in case people are inquiring about that. So that's Stradbally and Tramore. So it's fixed for Sunday morning, the 13th of February, 11 o'clock. Venue to be announced as well. So that's going to be a big occasion for Stradbally and Tramore, 2 traditional clubs as well, John. Ballinacourty have this ball back. We're concentrating on the 8th final though tonight. DJ Kiley is met there by a green and red wall, if you want to call it that, there in the shape of Barry Power. Rathgormack pleading for steps of Ballinacourty. DJ manages to weave out of that tackle. Here's Michael Kiley now. He's way out the field, but he's still getting on a lot of ball. He has support on the far over side. That's Cian O'Riordan again. Off the shoulder is Charlie Treen. Off him is Jack McGrath, or in fact that's O'Nahern, back out as far as Treen. Now Michael Kiley on the ball. Is he going to shape up for his shot? He's looking for options inside. O'Nahern now steadies himself 21 metres out from goal. It's a poor enough effort just into the arms of the goalkeeper. Jake Hanrahan just drops it there for a second, but he recovered well. Good goalkeeping there by Hanrahan, and Rathgormack get on with this one. It's a drilled first time. Not sure was it meant to be a pass, but it turned into a good pass anyway, and it's with Glenn Power, or in fact it's Rhys O'Mahony on the far side. Ronan Elliff gone inside the cover. 2 points so far. Tackle is good according to the referee. In fairness, it was. In fairness, Ronan didn't go down to ground either. Gets on with it very quickly. Charlie Treen has come back way deep there, and Ronan decides to almost put it to the ground. Something we might see at the Aviva there tomorrow, John, but I don't think there was any malice in it.
No, I don't think so. No, I think it was harmless enough. Yeah.
And 27 minutes gone. So as we said, scores are they're hard to come by. And so far, John, I think if you were Kenny Hassett's management team, you'd be pretty happy with this opening 27 minutes, would you?
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say
on
there?
The scoreboard, I'm just saying Kenny Hassett, Rathgormack's management team, you'd be pretty happy with this.
You'd be happy, yeah, but you'd be a little bit disappointed as well. They should probably have, probably should have got a few more. But then Ballinacourty could have got a few as well, so.
It's tight and it's tense, as you'd expect between these teams.
It's tight game, yeah.
27 minutes gone, so obviously that query about the water breaks, there's no water breaks tonight. I don't think you need it. Maybe it is a tea break you'd want up here anyway, or something like that. We might get that at half time, and that ball is intercepted, overturned again by Patrick Fitzgerald, and he gives it off as far as Michael Kiley, back as far as Charlie Treen is back there as well. Look how deep Kiley and Treen are having to come for possession. Right now it's Colin Foley decides to put on the afterburners there and goes forward. Was almost slipping to the ground there and trying to get Glenn Power out of his way, and decides now to spot that Willie Beresford was in a bit of space. Now there's a bit of an opening here for Ballinacourty, but again Beresford just hanging on to the ball. He has a runner off the shoulder. That man is DJ Kiley. He's getting on a lot of ball for Courty. Steps inside the cover, has support. That's Charlie Treen. You can see Rathgormack have the bodies back there, almost like the Rathgormack wall, if you want to call it, set across there, that D area. And Ballinacourty finding it very hard to make headway, but they do have possession. Shawnee Callahan, 45 metres out from goal. Again, taking his time over this one. Good composure there, back as far as Dara Slevin, the number 9. Tall athletic player in the middle of the field. Ballinacourty trying to profit from this one. Shawnee Callahan, that's Willie Beresford. The shorts were tested there, the jersey is tested now. I think he may well have an advantage coming. And the referee does bring it back for the free. In fairness, he had the hand up. Well engineered move. Bit better patience there from Ballinacourty, John, and this is kickable.
It is kickable, yeah. Actually, young Beresford was playing a lot of ball gone to his hand, and as you said, Michael Kiley and DJ Kiley.
Doing a lot of work.
They're doing a lot, and young Foley. They're working really hard. I think young Beresford would be a grandson of Gary Morrissey.
He would be, yeah. I'm sure he would be, yeah.
Legendary Pike and Ballinacourty player, yeah.
And the Beresford name, synonymous, Ballinacourty, of course.
His father wouldn't be happy with that now, because he said, what about me? I play for Kilgobnet.
I'm sure that'll be a debate well into the night, particularly if Ballinacourty can win this back. But they've a bit of work to do. But right now, this, you'd imagine, will be scoreable for Jack McGrath, the number 12. He curls this one in. Have I put the commentator's curse on him? I think I have. Yeah. Right and wide. He just couldn't draw it in, John.
He couldn't draw it in. That's a really kickable one, yeah.
Shawnee Lanigan, I see.
A few poor frees from both teams.
So Jake Hanrahan places the ball on his tee and gets on with this one. The short kick out. It does find a man though. That man is David Flynn, who John mentioned is working really hard, of course. He links up with Ger Hassey. Ger trying to get out of a wall there, and tackling is over anxious according to the referee. And as you heard Taylor Murray there, the PRO, County PRO, announcing just 1 minute of additional time. So in fairness, John, there's been no stoppages. This first half has flown by.
It's flown by, yes. I can't believe there's a half an hour nearly gone, yes.
So Ballinacourty have possession back. That's Patrick Fitzgerald. Oh, just the solo there. He showed too much of the ball to Rathgormack, and Colin Foley tries to win it back. That's great tackling by Foley there on Jack Hickey. Great disciplined tackling there. And Ballinacourty will want to get a score on the board before half time. Can they provide a drill down the line as far as Reen Welsh showing well for the ball off the shoulder? It's Dara Slevin. Here's DJ Kiley into the D, trying to go forward. He's pulled back. He's hauled down. That's a free in to Ballinacourty. That's a better move. There was a bit of flow in that one. DJ is looking at the referee to say, where's the card? Yeah. Better move, and Ballinacourty will be hoping they can have better luck this time, John.
Hopefully, yeah, he should score this one.
And Tom Welsh, Tom has been spoken to again, John. He's such a prolific figure there. It's great to see Tom Welsh back. He had those cruciate injuries. He did a lot of work behind the scenes. It's great to see him back the last couple of months in the colours.
He was a big loss last year to him, you know.
See, your mate Deck Power there is doing the policing on the sideline there, John. Colourful character as always.
Good fella from a good family.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And right now, Jack McGrath, it's almost round 2 for the wing forward. Can this one be a better one from his point of view? That's better. He floats it in and over the bar. Opening score for Jack McGrath. Reen Welsh got their opening score. He's got their second. That is Jack McGrath. 31 minutes almost gone. We should have Paddy Smith's whistle very shortly, but it looks like we're going to go in
I know
a point between the teams at half time.
Yeah, on a lovely evening, and you said the pitch is perfect, and it's the A final, and you'd be thinking the score should be higher. But still, the exchanges are keen, and it's it's good.
It certainly is, and bang on cue. We said the whistle will be coming up very shortly. There it is from Paddy Smith, just a 1 point game at half time. It's Rathgormack edging it 3 points to 2. We only had a minute of additional time, but that's all that was needed here this evening. A quick word, John, before we leave. You get a cup of tea, which is well earned. It's tight, it's tense, as you said. Scores are hard to come by, but in fairness to both teams, they're giving it everything.
They're giving it everything, and it's hard to call it at the minute, to be fair. It's a real 50-50 job.
Great stuff. So we'll take a breather here at half time. Ronan have 2 points for Rathgormack. James Power with a massive point from play as well. And on the Ballinacourty side, Reen Welsh got their opening score, and Jack McGrath got that free for Ballinacourty for Mark Ferncombe's men this evening. So that's where we'll take a breather here at half time in Fairfield in the 2021 even under 20 A Football Championship final. It's Rathgormack shading it at the interval. Half time here in Fairfield. Rathgormack 3 points, Ballinacourty 2 points. We'll have the second half coming up very shortly.